Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're playing around this card from the Avatar set, Longshot Rebel Bowman. I wanted to play this card at the beginning, but it took a while for it to get available on Magic Online. It's in some sort of a, if you understand what this is, let me know down below. It's some sort of like a secondary weird Avatar set that's not part of the normal set, but sort of exists. I don't know. Anyway, this is basically kind of like a glaring Flesh Raker card because it combos with two tops to win the game, is also just pretty decent on its own as a damage output. So it's a 3/3. It's got reach, if that matters, it might. Costs 4, which is a little on the expensive side, but we've got a ton of mana. We've got a Aphetto Alchemist in this deck and Delighted Halfling. Those all make mana, so getting the 4 mana is, very achievable here. We're set up to be able to build around this card, and it's pretty much our only 4-drop in the deck. Or it is. I mean, we can hardcast Trap, I guess. Non-creature spells cost 1 less to cast. That's unfortunate because that means we can play our tops for free. It also makes, like, Force of Negations cost 2, Force of Wills cost 4, Mindbreak Traps cost 3. Like, all that stuff's relevant. But the main thing is to make tops free. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So if you got 2 tops and Longshot, you just loop the tops. You have top in play, and you have top in hand. You draw top, one's the top of your library. You play at top. You use the top in play to draw the top of your library. That one goes to your hand. You play it. You deal 2 damage. You just keep looping that, and you win the game. So we got 4 Senseis dividing tops and 3 of the Longshot Rebel Bowmans. Very good. We also have 1 Urza Saga to help try and find a top. And top, of course, can try and find top number 2 just by spinning top. Now, we have another set of combos in this deck, too. We've got Aphetto Alchemist, which I play in this channel quite a bit, one of my favorite cards. That can untap itself twice on your turn with Nadu in play to put 2 cards in your hand. Then you go to your opponent's turn, you do it again, target itself twice to untap it. That's 2 more cards, and it's untapped. You can then target another creature like Nadu to do 5 cards. So these two together lets you get 5 cards a turn cycle in your hand, which is very good. Alchemist has 2 other combos in the deck, 3/3 really. One is with Time Vault, it just untaps Time Vault to give you infinite turns. Untapping Time Vault to give you infinite turns is very good, that wins the game. With Legolas's quick reflexes in Aphetto Alchemist, you just keep untapping Alchemist, and that just over and over and over again, you keep pinging 1 time each time you do that. So you can destroy all of your opponent's creatures with Legolas's quick reflexes and Aphetto. Notably, Clarion Conqueror stops this combo, and since Clarion Conqueror, this has gotten a little worse, but like it's still very strong versus a lot of stuff. Like if you're against Luris and they've got like a board of 3 or 4 creatures, all you have to do is find their reflexes, and then you can just destroy all of them, which is great. And then Aphetto Alchemist untaps artifacts and creatures. So if you untap a Moxen, you make mana. You tap your Moxen, you untap the Aphetto Alchemist, and you make more mana. So with Moxen in play, or with or with a Delighted Halfling, Aphetto Alchemist can just make mana, which is great. And with top too. If you've got a Aphetto Alchemist in top, you do like the Manifold Key trick with the Manifold Key is the same thing, combos with Time Vault, combos with top. You tap top, you respond to the activation by untapping it, and then you tap top again to draw a card. So you get 2 draws off the top if you combo it with either Aphetto Alchemist or Manifold Keys. That's like our secondary little draw engine that we've got in the deck here. So that's all very good. We've got Goblin Engineer. This can find any artifact we need. Like we have a lot of combos in deck like we talked about, 2 tops and Longshot, Aphetto Alchemist, and Time Vault and Manifold Key. It can also find either Shuko or Lightning Greaves. These are of course classic combos with Nadu. So the Goblin Engineer can just get whatever you need artifact-wise, and then you just sack one of your other artifacts to bring it back in, and hopefully that wins you the game. Protection, we got 4 Force Wheel main deck, 2 Mindbreak Traps, a 2 Lithomantic Barrages. So these are kind of like techie for the meta removals. It's uncounterable and it destroys all the mono white initiative creatures. Even like a white plume with 2+1/+1 counters on it, this still gets rid of it. It's pretty good against the Luris deck. There are worlds where a frog player can throw 4 cards into the garbage to make a frog a 4/6. Like that is possible, but most of the time this will kill a frog. Kills Luris uncounterably, all that stuff, and it can deal 1 damage to something that's not white or blue. That's noteworthy because this can kill Orcish Bowmasters. That's a good one to remember. Like we got the reflexes, we talked about that with the Alchemist. You can also just like use it with Nadu or something. And there's worlds where like you tap Goblin Engineer and then you use reflexes to untap it to go again. Like there's tricky stuff you can do. I think that covers everything. We got 1 Tinker in here, similar to Engineer, that can just find whatever artifact we need. We're just trying to stitch artifacts together in this deck. Obviously, Time Walk, Ancestral Recall, 1 Probe to see what's going on. This is kind of a flex slot. This could be like a misstep, maybe. I think I want, the probes, I think just helps you know how to win the game, obviously. Full Moxen, Crypt Lotus, lands, for the most part, just rug lands. And we've got 1 Urza Saga. This can find a top or a Shuko. Trying top or Shuko or a Manifold Key or mana. Card's good. I got 1 fun one here. Mistrise Village. So specifically in rug colors, because it comes into play untapped, the mountain or a forest. Specifically in rug colors, this land I think is quite good. And we are in a rug combo deck here. And this lets us cast stuff uncounterably. So we're going to give it a try. I have tried it before. I've been kind of meh. I mean, it basically makes spells cost 2 more to become uncounterable, which is a lot. But we've got, spells in the deck where that's relevant. So we're going to give it a try. Could be fun. Remember to like, subscribe, all that jazz. Throw a comment down below now or in the future. I'd love to hear what you think about the deck or have any ideas during the match. That's all good. Like, subscribe. Sideboard. 3 Okos is mostly for Luris. You can board them against some of the Oath decks too, maybe, but for Oath, what I like more here is our 3 Grafdiggers cages, as well as Force of Negation and the other Mindbreak Trap. Dredge and Bazaar, we got the 4 Soul Guides and the 3 Grafdiggers. And against Mono White and some of the control Luris decks, we can board in also the Barrages. We got the Barrages and the Okos to bring in against the Luris control decks. We're trying to go a bit bigger than them. And Force of Negation, Mindbreak Trap is some more things to do against the combo decks. Notably, we can't really, remove. We can't play Null Rod, obviously. We have a lot of artifacts in here. Like, we can win through Null Rod. We can just do, like, Nadu things with Alchemist and win through Null Rod, but, like, it's tough. And, like, even with Null Rod on the field, Bowman still triggers. So you can still kind of damage your way through, potentially. But we do really want, to avoid the Null Rods. We can kill Clarion Conqueror pretty easily, and that's by far the most common Null Rod effect that's played right now. There are just like normal Null Rod and Oof decks out there, but they're a little fringe, and we're mostly just trying to dodge them, to be honest. But against those decks, we can bring in the Okos to try and turn it off that way. And we are obviously a little soft to them. Let's see. I think that's about it, and then I'll see you in round 1. Okay, here we go. It is not the best hand, but we're on the draw with Force, and we got a top, so I think we keep it. Yeah. I guess they're on Tinker then? Vexing Bauble. I think we do force that. Yeah, we'll allow that. All right. No. So we want not Mox and Lotus Crypt. We got 7 cards plus we're forced, so we've got 10 cards in our deck that are basically dead now. Ooh, that's not what we want to see. Recall, yeah. Aphetto Alchemist. They're cracking the bauble. It's interesting. Yeah. Tinker? Smells like a tinker. Show and tell. How many spells have they cast? Vexing Bauble, show and tell. Draw. Nadu will let us draw some. Rebel Longshot will. I think we go for Longshot. Yeah. We're on show and tell. Okay. The Boseiju will stop us from comboing. Oko, Oath of Druids, Forbidden Orchard, Mystical Ponder. Sure. Yep. Okay. All right, well that's brutal. Fair enough. They've got an Oko in their hand. I think we have to try and jam the Nadu here and get lucky. Oh, they got a Force too, huh? They got an Oko in hand still, right? Oko, Mystical Tutor. Yeah, I mean, let's just give it one more turn, but we died. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. If if they do not have a counter spell, come on, come on, no counter spell. That combos with Aphetto. Oh yeah, they pitched the Fawn, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it's frustrating. I understand that. We got extremely lucky. I almost conceded. um, so we want the Graph Diggers cages. I think we want all of this stuff. Can take out the barrages. They don't do anything. Vexing Bauble on the draw is not helpful. In theory, this can kill. Like this combo can kill an Atraxa, but they've already got an Atraxa. Like we're in bad shape. I think we just want to try and keep the Atraxa off the table. Let's try that. I mean, yeah, we're keeping it. Orchard. Mox. Oath. That is one too few spells. Fair enough. I might as well hit it. No, fair enough. Maybe I should not have hit that. Green, green, green. Oath 2. Okay. Well, we got a Force of Will. Counter that. Alright. So they've got plenty of removal in their deck, so we need to find a Manifold Key or another Aphetto. Or like it's a race here. We both have cards that win. Nope. Nope. I won't. Nope. See what they get. All they need is like Boseiju, Force of Vigor, Land, Oko. We've got so many outs here. We can't cast that. It's a yeah. Do we want the clock or do we want to keep up Fawn? Oh, we want to keep up Trap. I think their biggest out is Boseiju, and we can't hit that. I think we do want the clock for now. I think we need the pressure. I think they're just too likely to draw out of it if we give them time. Because even if they draw Oko, if they're at a low enough... Ooh, that's a great draw. Even if they're at a low enough life total, it won't matter. Because they'll turn us into a 3-3, which is actually bad for them if we can survive this turn. If they don't have Oko this turn, I think it gets a lot better for us. Mana Crypt. Show and Tell. Force of Negation. Lusterstorm. Shit, I don't know how this works. I've screwed this up before. Cast by paying 0. Choose any number of target spells. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. How do I know that they're lit up? Yeah. Cast by paying 0. Choose any number of target spells. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Done. No. Play top. Look at the top 3. True, true, true. All right. Let's see what they got here. No. Let's see. So if we use this to make it uncounterable, our Time Vault won't actually have any mana anyway, so we're just going to swing. Oh no, we needed that because we in order to get the Time Vault, no, we messed up because in order to get the Time Vault, we needed, now we punted here by attacking with the Delighted Halfling. We need to play the Delighted Halfling, draw the next card, which is Tinker, then Tinker, and have one floating up. So we did actually punt there. We know we've got Tinker and Nadu, neither of which do anything. If the third card down is Manifold Key, it does something. It's not. Okay. See what they got here. We punted, they punted. Their punt hurt them worse. They live. See what they got. Fair enough. Alright. New games. Okay, here we go. We don't have a blue card for Force of Will, which makes this risky, obviously. And we've got turn 1 Engineer, but we don't exactly have something to find. Unless we find Key Vault or like we could find their top, I guess. I don't know. Like a Shuka maybe. Like this doesn't beat Dredge, doesn't beat Mono White Initiative. I think we mull it. Jeez. We're keeping it, I guess, but yikes. Now we have to counter that. That was a bad draw. Now they're going to get Ring next turn. Yep. Which one do they want to play? Well, my first hand back. Mystic Forge, sure. Come on, Black Lotus. And think we're dead. But specifically, Black Lotus, third card down, might be able to get there. That lets us combo off with 2 tops in the long shot. The Tinker would sort of let us almost win, but they're going to win quicker than we can with that, without the mana. But if we didn't have the Force of Will, I think we'd be dead already. Maybe not. Yep. Um, I don't think there's anything that wins. Can't think of any line that we can play towards besides draw top shuffle. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's pretty bad. So we have to draw on our turn the second top, fetch, and then find, and then just blind draw into a mana source. I think we can just yield until end step. They kill us, they kill us. I wasn't paying attention. Did they play a ring? Puts the ring trigger on the stack, draws a card, puts it Lord Count Urza's Saga. Urza Saga, plays top, Emerald Key. I don't think they played a ring, unless I missed something. So I think our plan still works. Red, blue. I think we have to blind draw a mana source here, assuming that ring, for some random reason, hasn't been tapped. Alright. All right, moment of truth. Did they play a ring? They did not play a ring. Draw. Ping. Draw. Ping. Draw. Ping. Hey, we got there. That's fun. We got to do the thing. That was lucky. I'll take it. Better lucky than good, I always say. I want the Mindbreak Trap. I want the Fawns. The barrages don't do anything. The reflexes do with the Aphettos. Vexing Bauble's not very good. Try that. I mean, we're keeping it, but they could just blow us out turn one, and I understand that. That's a risk I'm willing to take. We're just gonna fire shit off, and hopefully they don't kill us turn one, but turn one Shop Soul Ring is certainly a can kill us turn one hand, or just get a ring down, and that's also a problem. Scrawly Crawly's fine. I mean, it's not fine at all, but like, because this pings us, but you get what I mean. Um, ping, ping, ping. Would have liked that trap last turn. I think I actually just want these two down. Kind of whiffed there on our recall, unfortunately. Kind of needed them to do something helpful for us. Obviously, I have to counter that. They attack, I'll double block it. They can kill one of them. Yeah. They got another one? Ah, I see. Fair enough. Ooh, that's bad. That was not the right land to play, but I can still cast it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would like a Nadu or a top. Top finding, draw top, play top, spin top, find top, win would be ideal. Nadu top, Nadu top, Nadu top. I haven't found many Nadus. I'm due for a Nadu. That is not a Nadu. I could have equipped it. Yeah, I could have given it Shroud. That's shittiness. I don't know. They're dead anyway, but it's okay. My kingdom for a top. Nadu top. Nadu might actually be better. Get you like more looks potentially. We've just drawn a billion lands. That's not a recipe for success and a redundant long shot. Even though I think we cut one. No, we didn't. We have to chump block with the halfling, which makes a Nadu plan worse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could play Force of Will because it costs one less. But we have to chump block the cons. Oh, we're just dead then. Okay. So we lost. We would have had another draw if we would have actually just equipped this. So let's see. Can we draw a card? No, we were dead anyway. I think on the play, the Vexing Bauble's fine. Yeah. Still not sure it's worth it. Just go. Let's go with this. I thought that was actually a pretty reasonable hand, but if either of these long shots was a random blue card, this would be completely fine. But since they're not, this is turn 2 Aphetto, which is very slow. It's, yeah. And we're gonna have to pitch half the combo. We could go for a turn 4 win. Jeez. I think we just go for a turn 4 win. Off of turn 2 Aphetto and then Engineer. That even then we have to find an artifact. Maybe it's even pitch Aphetto. Ugh. Don't think we hit that. Can't hit that. Okay, well that changes things. We want to play the Alchemist now. We still don't actually want to cast the Force of Negation, but we might have to. See what they play. Yep. Yep. That we have to counter, or we will be buried. Play a creature. Play a Scrawly Crawly. Play a Scrawly Crawly. Scrawly. Scrawly. Top, that's bad. Alright, we could just be dead here then. Did they just know they have a top on top? Oh, they're doing this thing. Yeah, maybe our hand was a mulligan. It was on the fence. It's not powerful enough. They play top, look for top, they find top, they win. What is this? Tarn. Okay. That's bad. Why didn't they spin? Do they know they have a top? Oh, they have a key. They got ring and top in hand. Sure. We are missing the mana. We need to actually do this. We'll just kill their creatures. But we're dead. Unfortunately. Doesn't hit planeswalkers, unfortunately. Done. And I can keep untapping their ring here, unfortunately, with their keys. We are on the back foot, to say the least. So because of the ward, this one's got indestructible, and this one's got ward. So even though we can deal an infinite amount of damage, we can't actually kill either of these. Annoyingly. And And the Karn shuts off any sort of backdoor Goblin Engineer line to get Time Vault. Yeah. Yeah, we should have mulled that. It's on me. I think with the Time Vault, with the Karn, so many of our lines are not an option. I think I'm just gonna scoop. I don't see how we win this. Save myself some time. Alright, we're up against Joanne Anton, who famously always plays Tinker. So I will keep this. The Barrage is pretty dead, probably. 1, 2, one more, one more, one more, one more. No! I think I want to get to my next turn here. We want to find one of our I win guys. Well, this does let us search for an I win guy. We did not find an I win guy. So. And we will just pass and then try and counter something on their turn and try again. Crypt, yep. 2 top, yep. Oh, maybe I should have countered that because that lets them do this thingy. Yeah, I should counter that. That gives them the card advantage there, which I don't love. Yeah, don't love that. I let them have that. Alright, well, we got our Rebel. Don't love that I just gave them the stupid. This thing, though. Now they can just force this. See if they got a Force of Will. I feel like they should probably spin. Well, they do have a Force of Negation. Okay. Well, we got to try and survive a turn now. All they got to do is find a Tinker and they win. Yep. Yep. Ooh, that's hurts our Tinker prospects there. Top spell 1. Time Vault. No, still 2. Ugh. That's gross. We're just sitting here looking at our 2 traps in our hands. Okay. It can happen. That's vintage. Ugh. Alright, well. That's annoying. We'll try it again. After they let us loop it like 3 times, I thought we were going to win, and then they just countered it. Yep. Ugly. Spell 1. Spell 2. Yep. Assuming we want to get the Alchemist down, we can't hold up Hardcast Force of Negation. So I think we just cast this. Might as well just cast it and the Nadu, right? Nah, we should hold, in case we need both, we should hold this. Annoyingly. We need the blue card for Force of Negation. You kept that on top. That's not good for us. Merchant Scroll. Fine. Force of Will. Academy. If we play out the Longshot and then the top, we can hold up Force of Negation. Hard cast, so I think we do that this turn. Steel Sabotage, huh? I think we let that go. Smells like a tinker. Demonic Tutor. Yep. Tinker. I'm not sure why I did that. That was silliness. Wan Shi Tong. For 2. That's draw 1 card. I guess they will draw 2. Do I care? Force of Will unknown in hand. We can hard cast for 3 Mindbreak Trap, but that's... Then we can't cast Nadu. We gotta let it go, annoyingly. They're up to 5 cards, including a Force of Will now. That's bad for us. So green, blue. Nadu. Yep. 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 So how does this work? If I tap blue and this, the next spell can't be countered. So we're going to do an uncounterable Time Walk. Pay blue. So we got an uncounterable Time Walk coming up. That's pretty cool. I don't think they read that. What did they pitch? Stuck up. Alright, so we got there. I don't think we want to change anything. We've got Legolas's, Oko, Mantic Barrage. I like our cards. I think we just run it back. I'm not even sure this is good, really. Very reactive plan. We have a ton of mana. We got to redraw off the probe if we don't have to burn it right away. We got top. I think it's a keep, but like it's iffy. We need some help. Yep. Tez Time Walk stock up. That seems all quite good. Um, so they're going to untap. Time Walk. Hez or Karn. Hmm. I think we do this. Yep. Time walk. Yep. I am tempted just to force this. We draw, force this. We untap, play Rebel Bowman, play because we're going to force the next plays, aren't we? I think we allow it. Yep. What haymaker do they want to slam here? Tez. I think we allow Tez. See what they got. So we can just kind of blind draw here, and if we got a top on top, potentially we win, right? I think we might as well just try our luck. No. Blue, Time Vault. So we have to Force of Negation that. Pitching Alchemist. Pings. Flusterstorm. No. Force of Will, the Time Vault. They can stock up here. Yep. We have a couple things that win, but I think we're unlikely to win from here. Especially if they just find Force blue card. Oh, they got an answer though? They got a misstep? Oh, jeez. They gotta get misstepped. Yeah, it's a problem. So we know they have a Karn. Do we attack Tez or do we attack them? That's 6. I think we attack them. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad scenario for us. Yeah. Yep. We can't cast that. I think we just attack them. The Karn can make blockers now. That's bad for us. Karn searches, it can't make a blocker. They have a lot of cards that can just win here with the Vault Key combo. We draw a non-base, not 2 now. So we can draw a non-creature spell that we can cast for 2 mana. We can win if they pass the turn. Probe, sure. Top. And F6 now, they know our hand. And they have to remember to make a blocker with Karn. Yes, they remember to make a blocker with Karn. So we need a non-creature spell off the top here. Very close game. Ooh, not a non-creature spell. So we didn't find it. Like a Moxen would have just won there. We would have just triggered it and won, which would have been interesting. And we didn't get a non-creature spell, so we don't win. Probably half our deck. Probably like a 50% chance it's winning on the spot there. Very close game. I know. I think we're probably just going to lose here, but it is an interesting spot for sure. F6. You're getting a Mox Pearl. Okay. What's the last card in their hand, or what can they get with Karn here? Yeah. Have a very close game. I think even if they get a Lattice, Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Okay. So we have 1 turn to draw a non-creature spell. Before the lifelink gets out of hand. 1 turn to draw a non-creature spell. No! Oh no. I can't believe that. Oh boy. We lost. Yeah, they're gonna go up to 8. Yeah, we lost. Craziness. We had 2 turns to draw a non-creature spell and win, and we couldn't do it. Did not get any closer than that. And like, bizarre. Yeah, now the lifeling's gonna put them out of range. Now we're gonna draw our non-creature spell. That's a shame. I can't believe that happened. We need to draw Ancestral Recall into triple Mox or something like that. It'd have to be something crazy like that. Because of the Karn. We don't draw exactly Ancestral Recall here. I think we just scoop. Yeah, so this, without the Karn, could have potentially saved us by getting a bunch of triggers and stuff, but like, it won't because of the Karn. So if we would have swung at the Karn, maybe. Yeah. So I think we lost this game by not killing the Karn in retrospect. Yeah. In retrospect, killing the... But we still had, even with this, we still had 2 chances to win. Okay, here we go. Given that we just don't have the mana to function, maybe we mull it. The thing is, like, our combos gets all disrupted if we have to pitch to force. Ugh. It looks like they're on dredge. So I'm gonna have to try and get lucky here, I guess. They're on mono white. They might have a chance. This is not a good hand, obviously, but we do have a Time Vault, and we have 5 cards in the deck that combo with Time Vault, so... Oh, it is mono white. Well, that's bad. Now our force doesn't matter. Yep. Yep. So they've got a Chancellor of Panic in hand, and they can make a Cleric. Yeah. Blue green. Blue red. All right, let's hope they just play a white plum. White plum, we lithomantic it, we take an extra turn, then we take the initiative. Please play a plum. Please play a plum. Chancellor, 3 unknowns. Force of Will looking bad. Like, we're super duper dead the Clarion Conqueror here. Dragon. Colorless, colorless. Orc. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That was a land that would have been perfect. Not. So think we don't have a basic. They've got a Plains in hand and a Chancellor. I think we just take the initiative and then hope that they don't get the initiative back on their turn. We don't have a basic now. If we had a basic, that would be good. That's annoying. Chancellor, Plains, 1 unknown. Let's see what it is. Interesting game, anyway. All right. What you got? Chancellor, unknown, unknown. Oh, really? Okay. That's great for us. Yeah. Ooh. Think we do swing. Time walk. We'll trap them. Okay. That was a weird game. Lithomantic Barrage. I think we do want the traps. Vexing Bauble is bad on the draw. Take out a long shot, because it's kind of a long shot. Oh boy, why are we big? No big cards. Just try that. Have not been loving the engineers. Alright, well, we've got turn 1 force into an attempted turn 3 win, so we draw a Mox attempted turn 2 win. Loses to a crap ton of stuff, but I think it's a keep. No, not again. Okay. Double Chancellor, so I assume they got a Chrome Mox in here. Cavern, sure. Works. Chrome Mox, yeah, that gets rid of one of the Chancellor. Is this just all in on a turn 1 orc? Okay. Yeah. I think we just throw our top into the void here. I think there was probably a case to be made to force it. Just in case. Yeah, we just got to throw our top into the void here. No. No. Okay. Ooh, that's helpful. We won't die to this thing, but they could find like a wasteland, which would be bad for us. Interesting. One top, one bottom. Alright, they like the one card. It could be a wasteland. It's not a wasteland. What is it? Does that speed up the clock enough? So they swing for 3. We're at 17. We draw. We play Aphetto. Goes back to their turn. They swing for 6, 7, plus 3, 10. So at 10 total. And we go to our turn and we win. So we just let this go. That's fine. And then they've got this on Orc. We don't actually care about Orc, so we can just force will whatever they draw next turn. So unless I did my math wrong, I've already done bad math, you know. I've already done bad math, so we'll see if my math continues. All right. I think I forgot one extra there from this. So my math has already been off. I gotta... Oh boy. Is there any reason to time walk? Like, what could that do for us? I don't think so. Maybe we just do it anyway. Don't think there's any reason to play the Time Vault now. Well, any reason not to either. Yeah, they get a skeleton, and we just get infinite turns, so we're just going to do it now. Cancel. So we got Force of Will up, so I'm not sure on Orc what they could find that would be of relevance. Yeah, you got a skeleton. Draw a card. I guess if they find another Orc that we can't counter that gets them a dungeon, that gets them a dragon, would be the reason not to do exactly this line. Because then they wouldn't know that I need... Yeah, exactly White Plume here beats us. Yeah, exactly White Plume here kills us. Because they go White Plume uncounterable into a dragon. They might, if we didn't play the Lotus or the Time Ball, they might. Now they, with the Aphetto on the field, they should just get the dragon anyway if they're playing correctly. So obviously we're playing this for a reason, right? I think we would have died if they would have taken the forge, but they did scry one, you know, so. Opponent is thinking. Our opponent has lost connection to the game. Maybe they realize that they lost and they're not happy. Maybe they really did lose connection. I'm just going to assume I won the game and stop recording here. I will come back and tell you if this continues on in a second, you'll know that I did not win the game, and I'll explain why. But basically, assuming that they attack here for 7 or 8, that's fine. They play a spell, we counter it, that's fine. And then we use Aphetto Alchemist to untap the Time Vault every turn to get infinite turns, and then we win. So that's how we win the game from here. Infinite turns. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. Yes. I think we start with the Vexing Bauble. That makes sure that our stuff doesn't get countered. And then we go from there after that. Force it. Okay. Lorraine. So we're against some sort of a tinker deck, I guess. Yep. Yep. Ooh, PO. Big PO? Okay. Um, I think we actually want to get the Shuko down. They could have a Fawn. Do you want to play around Fawn or like a Spell Pierce? I think we want to play around Fawn. No, I think we want to play around like a Spell Piercy kind of thing. That's what I mean. Because we can rebuild without the recall. We just need a land, literally. All right. This is scary. Well, they kept it on top. That's bad news for us. We didn't find a Force of Will. Yep. Okay. PO. PO for 3. Okay. We're not dead yet, but it's not good. Kind of feel like I should have just fired off my we could get blown out by a bauble here. They search for bauble and play it, we do get blown out. So we'll see what they do. Black Lotus. They got another stock up. Sure. That that Vexing Bauble, if it resolved, would have been quite good. Alright, well, they might have a Force of Will, and there is nothing we can do about it. Cast. Cast. I mean, we can just try and win right here. We have the win on the table. I think we just go for the win. If they got a Force of Will, they got a Force of Will. They've already used one. No! They got a misstep. Alright. Alright. That misstep saved them, unfortunately. I mean, we can try and just blind draw with top here. If we have a top on top of our library, we still win. So, we're going to blind draw with top here. It is not a win. So we probably lose now, but that is what it is. This game is over by our next turn. Oh, that sounds like a PO. That feels like a PO. Yeah. Yep. PO. Yep, PO. That's a shame. Alright, we're just going to F6 here, and they will kill us. So close. Oh, they got the Tez Time Vault, so that's just going to be infinite turns. They will figure it out eventually. We got by that misstep. Okay, try again. I think that's what we want to go with. I think of note, the Nadu wouldn't have saved us game one anyway, I don't think, unless our next card down was specifically Force of Will, because we would have only drawn 2 cards off the Nadu. I mean, the first one with the Alchemist, the second one would have had to be you know, turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Engineer, try and go for a turn 3 win. Or we can go turn 1 Tarn, play it slower. The turn 1 Saga is all in. I don't love that, but it is a turn 3 win. Potentially. Actually, we need another artifact. Doesn't even really work. I think we keep it and go turn 1 Tarn. And turn 2 Saga. Spell 1, which is annoying because they know to play around Mindbreak Trap now. It's interesting. Let's go for the Time Walk first, see if they want to counter that. They do, with the PO. Alright. Feel like we're getting tinkered. It's not ideal. Interesting. Time Vault. See what they got here. White. Portable hull. Yeah. What's it targeting? Goblin Engineer. Yeah. Time Vault. Yep. Yep. So, land. No. That's an issue. I think we might want to spin top here, to be honest. Oh no, it's going to shuffle anyway. That was really dumb. think we get Lotus spin for top again. Because we can always play the Engineer. Engineer has this problematic. Jeez, I don't like how I played this. Because we want to hold open the Mindbreak Trap, right? We have to hold up Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, we just have to pass, annoyingly. Yeah, we just have to pass here. They've got so many just I win cards. They don't anything that they would grab, they would have to pay for. I think we just allow it. Like if we counter this and they're getting protection, it doesn't do anything. If we counter this and they're getting Tezzeret, at least they have to pay for the Tezzeret. So we have to counter this, and if they have protection, they have protection. I don't know. Actually, we don't even have the combo anymore, do we? Wait. We have to get a top. Mm-hmm. What's this win? We draw Sapphire, we play it. We can play I think it does. So we put Sapphire and Misty on top. In our upkeep, we draw Sapphire. And then for turn, we draw top. So we have Sapphire top in our hand. We play Sapphire. We play top for free. We draw top again. We get Misty. We use Misty to trade Sapphire in the graveyard for top. And I think we win. Assuming they've got nothing. They could have Force of Will, though, I mean. Oh no, we have to fetch. Isn't it? There's a fetch on top, isn't it? Ah, shit. Ugh. Wait a minute. No, I want that Force of Will. I want the Force of Will second now. Oh, jeez. You have to fetch. Shit. This was just a disaster. Now this is, I just punted. I should have the Force of Will instead of the Misty, and then we'd be completely fine. I just punted. Forgot that the fetch was going to shuffle. Sure. PO. Yeah, we just punted. Comically. Yeah, we should have the Force of Will for sure. All right, well, I didn't play it that well. Yeah, that was embarrassing. An easy win. All I do is keep the Force, then we win next turn. Yeah. Oh well. That's on me. Okay, only a 2-3, but that was legitimately one of the most fun vintage leagues that I played in quite a while. All of the matches were excellent. All of the matches were very close and had a ton of play to them. Really, really good. If you didn't watch some of the games in this one, I recommend it. A lot of these were really, really good. Started off with a crazy one here where we top decked the only card in the deck game one to win. I almost just scooped the turn before, then I didn't realize we had one out to win. I drew it, and our opponent was not happy, but admittedly, I thought we were dead. And then against Captain Planet, we had game two completely locked up, and I just punted because did not factor in the fact that fetches shuffle your deck, shocker. But if we would have just put Force on top and then won the turn after, we would have won. They had one card in hand. It was a guaranteed win. And afterwards, we knew there was a Mana Crypt. They drew PO. All we had to do was to counter that PO, and we would have, on our turn, then won. So that would have gone to game 3 if I didn't play like an idiot. And then game 1, we tried to go for the win, and they just had the misstep. So really close that one too. Against Charter, we did combo. We did do the full long shot combo with the 2 tops and win one of those games. The other 2, we did get Raker shopped out, but very close games there. Against Joanne Anton, game 3, we got to do some cool stuff. Game 2, and then game 3, we had 2 turns to draw any non-creature spell and win the game. Off of the damage from Longshot. We had 2 turns. We couldn't do it. That was crazy. 2 turns to draw any non-creature and win the game. That was wild. And we got the last one. That was pretty good. I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with the deck. We boarded in the Mindbreak Traps a lot. I think I do maybe want the 3rd Mindbreak Trap in the main deck. I think maybe cut 1. The Goblin Engineers were in the... I think you still want 1. Maybe cut 1 Goblin Engineer. I either want to cut a Goblin Engineer or add a Phyrexian Dragon Engine, I think. I think those are the 2 options. I either need to lean more into the Engineer package or just remove some of them. The card's fine, just a little slow. That's my thoughts there. I think adding the 3rd Mindbreak Trap to the main deck could be good, but most of the deck I'm very happy with. Maybe put one of the Lithomantic Barrages in the sideboard and then put one of the traps main deck. That might work. Maybe just keep the Engineers. Not sure if I played enough games to really judge the Engineers, but I think out of the main deck, the Engineers were the weakest card. Overall, very happy with it. We even won a game off of the Mistrise Village, and one of our other opponents was saying their card looked good. It did look solid in this game, in this set of games here. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Throw a comment down below if what you think of the deck. I'd love to hear what you thought. Let me know, and I'll see you next time.